Welcome to Community Conversations. I'm Teresa Ohala, retired special educator from the Wallingford school system after 36 years.
And I'm Frank Rauchi, a Wallingford resident and special educator in the Wallingford school system for 37 years, retired. We're here to speak about A Kinder Ground Cafe, which is a nonprofit. It is going to be for special needs individuals to help them secure employment, job training, and productivity.
Right, that's right. Our mission is to create a business where they have opportunities to develop those skills, because a lot of our old students are sitting at home, and we're looking to change that. I want to mention that one of our co-founders, the three of us here, but Maureen Binder, she's a regular ed teacher and from Parker Farms Elementary School. And she couldn't be here tonight, but she was the one that approached us with the idea of doing something like this, to have opportunities for these special young adults.
The idea of A Kinder Ground was really the brainchild of Teresa and Maureen in wanting to, again, employ special needs individuals, both mentally and physically handicapped, because, as you mentioned, Teresa, many of them end up sitting home, non-productive. And our goal, as is in our mission statement, is to make them productive, make them contributing individuals in the community.
We started this, so many of them are waiting for us to get started with our business. We get calls, don't we, often.
Yes, we do.
When is A Kinder Ground going to open? I want to, be a part of that, and we want to make that happen for them. So,
just for our folks at home, we have secured a storefront, which is on Route 5 in Wallingford. We're anticipating opening up maybe late May or early June, and we intend to have many of our former students and kids, I call them kids, but they're really adults now, working in the storefront in many capacities, in serving food, and hopefully helping prepare the foods, being a greeter, janitorial and maintenance services. We're interested in employing as many special needs individuals as possible.
Right. Yes, it's going to be a great opportunity for them. And I think, too, for the community to see that they do have abilities. That with making modifications and adapting certain things in the environment, the job environment, that they could be successful. And many of them don't care about even a paycheck. They just want to be involved in something and not sitting at home.
Correct. And as you know, we both did job placements throughout our career.
Yes.
It's always putting the right person in the right position.
Right.
And when that works out, it's a tremendous thing to see. I did job placements throughout my career, and many bosses told me, obviously, he might not be the smartest person or the quickest person, but dollar for dollar, he's the best employee I have. He or she comes in every day with a smile on their face, ready to work, and so happy to be there, which unfortunately is not the staple for all workers out there.
That's right.
It was so enjoyable to see many of our students in the workplace, because it was a rebirth.
Right.
In the workplace, you're not judged on your academic abilities, your total intelligence. You're judged on what you do, how you perform, and how well you get it done. And I mentioned a rebirth. I had some employees tell me I gave him or her a uniform with their name on it, and the parents were telling me I had trouble getting it off of them at night to go to bed because they were so proud to wear it.
Yes.
And as I said, the right person in the right position can make a wonderful employee. And that's what we're hoping to do at A Kinder Ground.
Right.
Now,
I received some of the same comments from, employers and the parents. Like, I have one business owner who said to me, "Thank goodness you brought this young man to me. He is the best employee I've ever had, bar none." I mean, he said he's waiting for me in the morning for me to open up, and he doesn't get distracted by a phone or anything else. He's just focuses and gets that job done that he needs to do. And he's been there for 14 years. And his mom says, "I can't believe that you were able to get him into a place to work with doing something he loves, and that it's been consistent for him. I never,
I know the gentleman
yeah,
of who you speak. We might also mention that some of the individuals we've placed over the years, Teresa, in ShopRite, Stop and Shop, Masonic, Elizabeth Bakery,
Yeah.
you could name many more. And it's so rewarding for you and I. I've had many people say to me during my career, I mean, I retired in 2004, oh, you must have the patience of a saint. Wow, you really have a hard job. But I feel you and I were blessed,
oh, yes, absolutely.
blessed with the careers we had to be able to work with these individuals. And it's so rewarding. I always said, and I mean it, I think we got a lot more from them than they ever got from us.
Oh, that's for sure.
Sometimes I used to joke that they probably learned more when I was out and there was a substitute in, but loved them, loved the individuals. And that's one of the reasons why we're involved in A Kinder Ground, because we want to continue
That's right.
helping these individuals, letting the community know who these individuals are and what they can do and how they can contribute.
Right, and how they shine. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think some of the job sites that I brought my young adults to, were then they were in the 18 to 21-year-old age. Some of the business owners and managers would be just surprised. Like, I never thought to make a template for them to be able to match up a sticker on the bag. And now I use it with my regular employees. And those little things you do, because we know what would help make it a little easier for them. We know how to adapt things and modify things so they can be successful. Yeah.
Therese, why don't we talk about A Kinder Ground, our storefront, and
Oh, absolutely.
what we're going to be doing there, or what we're going to be, let's say, serving, or what we're going to be providing for the community?
Since we started A Kinder Ground nonprofit, we've had a few setbacks and everything, but we're full steam ahead. We have a location on North Colony Street. The address is 28.
North Colony Street.
Right. And we're in.
Right next to, and I'll give them a plug, Sweet Chocolata.
Yes, she's been wonderful, the
Yes,
owner
she
there.
has.
Very supportive of us and what we're doing. So we're in there renovating, painting, and fixing things up. It's been a lot of work, been putting in a lot of time there to clean up the place. It's a small setting, but it's a start for us. We're looking to serve soups and coffee and scones and muffins and a simple menu for our guys to start off with and to get used to that type of job setting.
We hope to expand, but we want to start slow, baby steps, and get the Kinder Ground off the ground.
Yes.
And so we're really looking forward to that. I might also mention at this time, I'd like to give Mark Bosniak a plug. He owns Colony Square LLC, and he is renting the facility to us at a very reasonable price because he supports our mission.
Right.
And he's very interested in having us open up for the community. So, Mark, we can't thank you enough for all you've done for A Kinder Ground, both now and hopefully in the future.
Yeah. Yes, we're grateful to him, very much so. Yeah, he's been wonderful. It will start off simple and small, and we're hoping the community will support that. We know there's a lot of new coffee shops in town and a lot of wonderful businesses up and down Center Street and on North Main Street. It's more about our mission, having a distinct coffee shop that's in competition with the others. Yeah.
No question. I think that's what separates us from the other coffee shops in
Right.
town.
Right.
And as you mentioned, wonderful coffee shops, but what separates us from them is our mission. So anxious to undertake that. A career-long dream for you and I, Teresa.
That's right. That's right. And I think we have to keep in mind that we did start this mission well before the other coffee shops went in, and all of a sudden, we meet once a month, our nonprofit, and we have a wonderful board of volunteers, and every time a new coffee shop went in and we have a meeting, we were saying, uh-oh. But again, we just want to stress, I think it's important that we don't get too concerned about that because of our mission is different, you know.
Better late than never.
Yeah, that's good.
For many of you out there who do know, and for many who don't, we were originally scheduled to go in the library. A spot was chosen and picked out, but due to some unfortunate circumstances, that didn't materialize.
Right.
There was a long time we were working with and negotiating with the library, but that didn't work out. It set us back a bit, but we got back on our feet, found a storefront, and
Yeah. And we're moving ahead
moving ahead.
and working hard
Absolutely.
on all levels. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
We-
And as a matter of fact, I talked with Bob Cosello, who's our contractor, just this afternoon.
Okay.
Teresa, and he's ready to go.
good.
Going to look over the plans for the construction
Yes.
inside, the renovations that have to be made before we open. He's been so cooperative
Oh, it's
through all of it, through the 2.5, 3 years.
right.
He's been so patient and cooperative, and like I said, he's ready to go. I mentioned it, but I'd like to re-mention it again. The two co-founders of this are really Teresa Howell and Maureen Binder. I'm a little bit of a Johnny-come-lately. Teresa contacted me and told me about the mission after they decided what they would like to do, and I was totally on board.
Yes.
And
Yeah. Well,
again, always thought about some type of business for the community. I'm so happy that Maureen and Teresa are bringing it to fruition.
we're so grateful to have you part of the board, Frank, because, you know, you come with that experience of being involved in bringing the shelter, right? You were part
Yes.
of that in town,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. We worked on building the family units there.
right?
We put up the first one, the M. Bennett Rubin family unit, and then Ulbrich Steel and Fred Ulbrich put up the second unit.
Right.
So that, I learned an awful lot when I worked on that.
Yeah, that's
And,
helped us because for Maureen and I, you know, we have our teaching experience, so it's been a learning curve, you know, the business part of it. Been so many people in the community that have been supportive and helpful and given us advice, and the people at the town hall, you know, the health department and, you know, fire marshal, building inspector, all those people that we know we have to go through, right, to make this happen, have been wonderful to us.
The town has been very cooperative. All the departments I've gone to, Teresa, whether it be water and sewer, the engineering division, the health department with Mike Hughes, Kevin Pagnini, in planning and zoning, when they hear of our mission, when they know it's nonprofit, they've been bending over backwards to
Right.
help us. And that's a feather in the cap of the town of Wallingford.
Yes.
It really is. They're anxious to see it opened up and
Yeah.
come
Yes.
on down and get a cup of coffee or a bowl of soup.
Yeah.
And we'll be very anxious to have them.
Right. The whole project has been daunting at times, but knowing we have the support of people too, like Wayne and Christy Barnesci.
Oh, we
have to say,
cannot forget to mention them.
we wouldn't be where we are and
Absolutely
be
not.
able to afford to make this happen if it wasn't for their very generous donation to us.
When Teresa and Maureen approached the Barneschis about our mission and showed them around at the time at the library and mentioned what we wanted to do, they got totally on board. And like you said, they have been so generous to
Yes,
us.
and kind.
Absolutely. I can't say enough about them because they not only have really gotten us on our feet, but they did so at the homeless shelter. So many projects in town, the Red Cross,
I know.
too numerous to mention from the Trail of Terror,
Yeah.
from the money they raised at the Trail of Terror, giving away it all.
Right. Right. It's amazing.
True community patrons,
So
just
grateful to have met them, you
no
know.
question.
We are beyond blessed in that regard. Yes, yes, to have them support what we're doing. You know, we have, you know, such special young adults that have abilities, and we want to give them that opportunity to shine, like I said before.
And Teresa, while I have the opportunity, I might mention that we are looking for a manager.
Right. I'm glad you mentioned
anyone
that.
out there who might be retired or might be interested in working part-time, right now we're considering maybe a full-time manager or 2 part-time managers.
Right.
We've got an awful lot of volunteers who are going to be manning and womaning the storefront.
Right, helping
But we
out.
need someone to coordinate the entire endeavor. So Anyone out there, if you're interested and you have food service experience and you think you would like to work with special needs individuals, please get in touch with us.
I think that anybody who ends up being the manager probably will say it was the best decision they ever made, to come on board with us.
I suspect that as well.
Just thinking, isn't going to be community outreach where we support kindness and we celebrate kindness and we celebrate differences. We value the differences in our young adults, but we also want to consider kindness in our community, not just about for us, but other things that happen in the community that show kindness.
Again, our main workforce is going to be the mentally and physically disabled. You and I have worked with all kinds of different special needs individuals.
Yeah.
Autistic, physically handicapped, of almost every variety.
Those who have Down syndrome.
Down syndrome. And all are going to be welcome to
Right.
work the cafe. We might mention some of our other board members and some of the people who have helped in this endeavor to bring it to where it is right now.
Okay.
We have State Representative Paul Ciccarella.
Yeah, and we have Deb McMahon, who is a retired special educator as well, and Jean Harwood, retired special educator.
Yep.
And we have Megan McGovney, who is a police
Officer McGovney.
Yeah, Officer McGovney.
Bill Purcell, Darren Delavecchia.
Yeah, and Bill Purcell is the executive director at Masters Manna. Darren Delavecchia is a banker. Adriana
Yeah, I was going to
Rodriguez.
say, we might want to mention our wonderful people at SCOW.
Yes.
Who are on our board, and it's where we hold all our meetings.
Right. Laura Juarez, who is the robotics director at STEM. Donna Walther, who is an artist and former teacher of theater. Dan Walther, who has autism, and he also is an author.
Did we mention Adriana Rodriguez?
Yes, SCOW, the SCOW director. SCOW director. We also have Robert Ballo, who is a physician assistant. And trying to think, have we gone through everybody?
I would certainly mention Mr. Gary O'Halley, your husband.
Oh, okay.
Who is a jack of all trades and who really has been prepping the store and getting it ready, working day after day down there into the night,
Right.
Getting it ready to turn it over to our contractor
Right,
for the actual build-out.
right. We also have Pastor Will Marotti on our board. Yeah.
Can't forget Will.
Yeah.
That's right. Who has generously donated the New Life Church facility for us for our fundraisers.
Right, we've had a couple great fundraising events. Yeah. I don't want to forget any of the board members, so I think I went through everybody, right?
I think you got them all. For any board member we happen to miss, my apologies. But I think we got them all.
I think we've got them all. Yes, so, yes, we have a wonderful group of volunteers that have been meeting for the past 3 years, to make this happen. We have a wonderful attorney who has volunteered his services, never charged us a dime, Bruce Diamond of Cheshire. So, and there's a lot of people that have been great.
Absolutely. And so many donors.
Yeah.
So many donors. But we're looking for more.
Yeah.
We're not there at our total amount yet.
Right.
So,
Right.
but we're getting there.
So,
We might switch gears, Teresa, and tell the people at home what we're in the process of doing right now. I mentioned Bob Casello is getting ready to start the actual physical build-out inside. And right now, we're in the process of going out and shopping for equipment for the store.
right,
A
yes.
stove,
We need to buy a commercial-grade stove,
commercial-grade stove,
a 3-bay sink.
correct.
Yeah.
Actually, a few sinks we're going to need.
Right, hand washing sink.
We managed to purchase from the old Two Guys and a Grill on Hartford Turnpike an upright true freezer, stainless steel freezer, many things, stainless steel tables, racks, storage racks. We were very fortunate to get that contact from Gary Torelli, who knew the place was going to be temporarily closing and looking to sell the equipment they had there. And so we were very fortunate to get all the things we did. But now, as I mentioned, we've got to secure all the equipment for the store, tables, chairs,
The furniture, yeah, the
furniture.
furniture, small appliances as well as the commercial grade appliances that we need. Yes, so, yeah, that's something that we'll keep fundraising for.
Absolutely. We might mention our hours. It's not set in stone yet, but Teresa, what are the hours we're considering right now
The-
to start?
Right, so we remember we talked about having it open Monday through Friday, shorter hours to start with, just to test everything out, but we were thinking from 10 to 3, I believe. Yeah, 10 to 3.
Something along that line. Our time would be 10, but I think the hours are going to be maybe 11 to 3, open to the public.
Oh, okay,
And of course, like many businesses, we'll plan a soft opening
soft opening.
with soft donuts,
Yeah,
a little bit harder bagel or whatever. But I'm very interested in working there as a volunteer. I like to say it keeps my hand in, and I'm sure you feel the same way.
Right.
Teresa and I, since we retired, I retired in 2004 from Lyman Hall. Teresa, you retired in
2017.
2017.
Right.
But since I retired, we had an alumni group where we used to meet once a month
Right.
for socialization
Right,
for the individuals, the special needs individuals, and we generally had about 20, at least 20
know.
students attend. And we did such things as bowling, going to the movies,
right. Taking a
special
hike.
trips, hiking when the weather permitted.
Yes,
And that was so enjoyable. It was interrupted by COVID for a couple of years,
right,
but we're going to be getting back to that.
right. And that was a great social outlet for our young adults.
Absolutely.
Right.
And it gave me what I call my fix
Yes.
in getting back with the kids
Yeah, yeah.
for at least one night a month.
Yeah.
Not that we don't see or talk to them more than once a month, because you and I both constantly get calls
Yeah,
from former
right,
students,
right.
which is terrific.
Yes. And in the summer, I took over the picnics used to run in August at your house and now at my house. Yes, when COVID hit, sadly, we had to put a halt to that, but that was just so wonderful seeing them all interacting and just excited to see us and excited to see one another.
Absolutely. And the bonds we've made with so many of the students, the individuals over the years, who now are fast friends. I might mention to the people at home, every weekend, every single weekend, I talk to one of my former students who lives now in Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow.
He did live in Maine, and now he's moved to Phoenix, Arizona. He's 70 years old.
Wow.
And you might be saying, you had a student? But I was just a young whippersnapper and a young kid when I started, and he was in one of my first classes.
Wow.
And literally, I speak to him every week.
Oh,
He
my
calls
goodness.
or I'll call him.
Yeah.
It's kids like that and the relationships we've made that, once again, made our profession so rewarding.
Right.
Just so
Right.
rewarding.
Yes.
And again, for people out there who say, "Oh, it's so tough to do, such a tough job," it really wasn't. And Teresa and I, we live by a couple of old sayings that we really love. And one of them is, "No one stands as tall as when they stoop to help someone." And the other one is from John Wooden, the legendary men's basketball coach at UCLA, who said, and I never forgot it, "You never lived a perfect day until you do something for someone who'll never be able to pay you back."
Oh, okay. That's right.
Although we've been paid back
Oh, my
many,
gosh.
many times over
That's for sure.
by
That's
the,
for sure.
again, kids we worked with.
Yes, absolutely. So it's been wonderful reminiscing and talking about how we're moving forward. Yeah, this has been great. Great.
So when we do open up, the name of our storefront is going to be Soups On at a
At
Kinder
Kinder.
Ground Cafe, 28 North Colony Street. Come on down and see us.
Yes.
Come on down and see what we're endeavoring to do. And come on down and enjoy a bowl of soup, a cup of coffee, some tea, some noshes, some donuts. And we might speak about our donuts, Trees.
Neil Bukowski at Neil's Donuts is willing to donate donuts to us, so we'll be featuring Neil's Donuts. We're on the other side of town, so people have an opportunity.
We're on the east side, just over the tracks, and we will be featuring Neil's Donuts, which is, again, kudos to Neil
Yes,
for offering that. He heard
Supporting
of our
us.
mission. Once again, our beloved police officer,
Megan.
Megan, made the contact with Neil, who she knows very well, and he was all for it.
Yes.
So that's going to be a special feature of our storefront.
Right. Pretty soon we'll be there, so people have to stop on by and
Come on down.
come on down and support our mission. You know, this has been great. Thank you.
Well, thank you. It was wonderful to sit down and talk with you. Feel like a professional here.
Thank you for joining us in a community conversation.
Thank you very much.